Super Falcons there representing us well against South Africa. Welcome you on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Aji Shafe. Well, time to take you around the world of sport as we look at activities happening there. Well, for those who still follow our lady Super Falcons, they will be playing against Canada that will be on Wednesday. But right as it is right now, we just have to talk about them for what they've been doing over there at their camp in Seville, over there in Spain. Well, more of this will be coming on the show with our usual sports suspect. Let me ask sports that. Olalebita is here. Good to have you.
Good morning, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to the studio.
Okay, first of all, congratulations on your team, Team Spain, they won.
Yeah, and the best team won it, and it's like been a disgrace if it has gone the other way around, and that's nothing but the bitter truth. We saw the way they play from their first match against Croatia down to the last match. They play what they call tiki-taka football that the Spain team have been known for, not kick and follow without a direction. So I think I have no doubt when they got to the quarterfinal, I said it here, that they are the team to beat. They are the one that deserve to win the Euro, and they really won it with style. And that is what we want to see in the final. We want to see football being played. We want to see what we used to enjoy in the 80s and the 90s, nothing enterprising at all. But from what we saw at the final, we saw enterprising. We saw that there's still future for both England and Spain. But unfortunately, the mistake the England team made was putting some of their best players on the bench. That's nothing but the truth. And I see no reason why you continue and consistently playing the likes of Harry Kane and Phil Foden. They are good and fantastic players, don't get me wrong. But at times, a tournament will not be yours. Look at Mbappe, for example. This tournament is not for Mbappe at all. Bellingham also is struggled because most of these players, what they played, the pattern, the style that they play in their club is different from what they come to their club to play. You can't have the highest goal scorer in Germany, the best player in Spain, the best player also in England in your team, and still you are not playing attacking football. It's totally uncalled for. You have at least a very deadly good 3 strikers on your bench. You didn't play them. You have people that can. Gordon was on the bench all through the match. Bowen was on the bench all through the match. These are the people that will have come in and make an impact. Look at the code boy, Cole Palmer, the wonder boy from Chelsea. Look at what he did. He was coming in 15, 20 minutes. And look at the assistant. He scored a goal, made an assist, and he contributed a lot to his. So it's an opportunity for you to give these young lads, give them the opportunity. As far as I'm concerned, I think Gary Southgate, he killed England the same way Martinez killed the Portuguese team also. But there are some old players. I'm not saying you should look at the Spanish team, for example. It's a blend of the young and the old ones. So you have likes of Rodri, Jesus Navas, you have them on the bench, and Morata also, their experience, but you allow the younger generations to to play their game. That is why, for the first time, the Spanish team, they play more from the wing, unlike what we used to have before. You have Iniesta, you have Xavi, and you have Fabregas controlling the midfield. But this time around, they didn't play from the midfield. They play from the wings, Nico Williams and Yamal playing from the wings, while we have the Rodri, Machado, the midfield, and I'm sorry to say this, I don't have anything personal against Arsenal, but I don't like the hype that they are giving to Declan Rice, to be honest with you.
Or maybe the entire English squad.
Yes, the entire English squad, take it or leave it, but Declan Rice especially. We are talking about a center midfielder that you are always passing your ball down to Stone at the back. No, that's not how you should play. You have to move forward. You don't need to turn yourself to Mikel Obi in his day. Like they used to call him, the ball will not spoil in my hand. Let me just look for the nearest person. No, that's not the issue. So I think the England team, they have what it takes, take it or leave it. And their coach has done a very good job. But this tournament, I think he made the wrong choice when it comes to his first 11.
Well, nevertheless, let me throw some jabs to you there. Despite the fact that Spain won, your team, but still, all the entire English, that's England squad now. Majority of them play in England. In fact, 90% of them, if not 95% of them, and we saw what they did, and it showed that to some extent the hype is always there. And yet, you look at the league; it's a different ball game. Why is it always like that?
Okay, Premier League is not the most entertaining team in the world. but it's the most hype and watched league in the world because of the hype, because of the money involved.
And the most successful when it comes to money,
when it
business.
comes to money, business. So they take football as a business over there, but they don't have the best of players in England. And the narrative is affecting a lot of teams, like the Brazilian teams that crashed out from the Copa America at the quarterfinal. Is because most of their players now, they've left their culture of playing from the Brazilian team, their local league, like the Flamingos and what have you. They're now playing their trade either in England or in Saudi Pro League because of the money involved. So that's the issue. Look at the Colombia that played Argentina in the final. How many of the Colombian players played in the Premier League? So that means you have a lot of good footballers outside there. And if you watch La Liga very well, even Serie A very well, there are a lot of good players that are there, but because of money, everybody's moving down to
England,
Premier League in England. So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, it's very nice. The money is there, the business is there, the hype is there, but it's not the best league in the world, but it's the most watched league in the world. So that's the difference.
Well, just to at least take you back a bit concerning the Spain, and also, okay, let's talk about Argentina. They also won the Copa America briefly.
Yes, I think they deserve to win the Copa America. Take it or leave it, and it's a team in transition. And this is a team that this is the first time they are winning it back to back. They won the last edition and they won it this time around also. So it's not something that they got there by luck. So and if you look at what the Argentines, what they did, it's similar to what the Spanish team, the Spaniards, what they are doing also. You have to go back and rebuild your team from scratch. Okay, yes, they built the team around Messi, but when Messi was injured and left the pitch, they still continue. The same way when Rodri too was injured, the Spanish team too. So you don't need to build all the entire team on a player. So that's the mistake most countries are making. So for the Argentine team, I think they did very well. They deserve to be there and they deserve to really win it. And when they play for their country, it's different from when they play for their different clubs. Because most of these players, when you see the way, the dedication, the commitment, and the teamwork that they have, it's like when they went for the last Copa America, they had this dream that they want to win it for Messi. Probably that's going to be his last time. Then also at the World Cup in Qatar, also they're like, oh, no, this is time for him to do. And so that's what they're talking about, teamwork. It's not about individual brilliancy. So that's the difference between them and the other team. Then for the Spanish team also, it's teamwork. But the England, I said it before and I'll say it again, it was their ego and individual brilliancy that took them up to the final. Because they're like, we are England, we are better than everybody else. So everybody's bringing out their individual brilliancy, not because they play as a team. They don't play as a team at all. So I think the Argentine, they deserve to be there. So that shows that the next World Cup in the next 2 years to be very, very interesting. The likes of Colombia, likes of Georgia, Slovenia, Slovakia, you'll see what most of them are going to do.
Now, looking at these graphics there, you look at the 2025 Finalissima between Argentina and Spain. Well, it's a boy. I'm talking about Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
And that's you look at Lamine Yamal, and also for the fact that they will be meeting at the final of this competition.
Okay, it's going to be very interesting, and there's something you can't take away from Barcelona. Take it a little bit. Their grassroots development. It's something that everybody needs to really copy and see how football is being done, is being developed. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Big one there. Just take you back. At least let's Octopus Peters after he predicted that Spain will win this tournament, and they did. And I'm sure that president will say, okay, I wanted to get the score line from you that day. Well, good one for Spain. And also for Argentines, for the fact that they were able to win it back-to-back. Now, let's run through some stories that we have for you from the home scene now, the Warriors of Men Nigerian story. Let's start with handball, where we have National Handball League taking place in Benin City. It actually begins in Benin City yesterday as Idea Academy Desert Warriors triumph. They won their games in this National Division League, Division 1 League, where this is where you get the teams that qualify for the Premier League, where they play for the Premier League of Handball. Right now, the National Division 1 is taking place in Benin City, and we look at the results for men and also for women. Let's look at the men's result as it went down yesterday over there in Benin City there. Well, as it is right now, Bende Dynamos, they were able to, they fought hard, but they lost out against Chief of Army Staff Shooters, COS, that's Quas Shooters. It ended 22-21, just by 1 point. What a match. And you look at Mines Scope Academy, 1915. They defeated Oshun to win that game. Idea Academy, 22-21, with just 1 point ahead of Cherubim and Seraphim Academy in that encounter of handball. Funad, 14-12. They won by 2 points against Boko Dream of Benue State. Desert Warriors, 18 to defeat Omo Giefo handball team, 18-13 there with 5 extra points, while Abia Valiant won by 3 points, 20 against 17. The police machine actually scored in that particular game there. Then let us look at the women result. The result of the women now, Ekiti, they lost against Omo Giefo 22-21. In that encounter, as Oshun won for the women. This time around, they lost in the men, but they won in the women version, 19-17. Why are they having figures that has to do with a year? It was 1915 the men, then 1917 the women.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that sports is not all about football alone. You have other activities that you do in sport, and the handball, it's kind of gaining a lot of attention in the country. So it's something that we need to continue. And then if you look at this particular competition, it's the toughest because this is an opportunity for you to really showcase yourself in the Tier 1
handball
league. So getting out from this, it's always very, very
just
very
like Nigeria National NNL
also, because everybody wants to play, but the attention is not really there when it comes to the Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Where the attention is right now in the country is the Tier 1, because we have not gotten to that level that, okay, everybody wants to go and watch what is happening in the Tier 2, Tier 3. So and that's why you can see from the scoreline here, 21, 22. That's a tough match. It will have gone either way, but it's like the COAS shooters, they like, the bullets we have are going to make sure that
it's enough to defeat Bended Dynamos.
So I think it's a very good one that we need to really, really encourage. And to be honest with you, you can't get this news anywhere else than Trust TV, because we are the only one that go to the grassroots and bring it out to let people know that we are not only documenting football stories, we are documenting sports story in Nigeria, which I think is a very good one, because a nation can never progress without its grassroots development, and this is what we are doing here, and this is what these guys outside there also they are really doing, which is very, very commendable.
Now, very commendable it is coming from Olawale Peters there. Now, let's go back to that result. I want to bring out something there. The result for the men now, that's the national result for men. Look at that. You see that it's not only maybe a club side or government now. Look at the name of the clubs. Cherubim and Seraphim Academy. That's a church now having a handball team. I remember when MFM used to have a handball team, or rather basketball team. MFM football, that's a club before they went down. And now you look at it, Cherubim and Seraphim team, Oshun, Ekiti. These are Funa, that's a university, Federal University of Ado Ekiti. They have their handball team there playing against Boko Dream, Bended Dynamos, Desert Warriors. Look at the names. You know that, okay, it means the way we have football teams, so we have a lot of handball teams. These teams are playing National Division 1, not the Adoba Premier League. For you to know that we have so many talented handballers who may not have the opportunity to showcase their talent, but because of this platform of National Division 1, they can be showcased.
So it's an opportunity for them to showcase their own. And to be honest with you, and I like the way we normally culturalize or localize some of these our Tier 2, Tier 3,
names,
Tier 4 names. You see that everybody wants to pride themselves with the names. So that's a good thing. I think we also need to go further, apart from that, to see how they can progress to the mainstream and continuity, which is very, very important. And the continuity is what will really make what we've been clamoring for, privatization, to really, I want to see in the next 1 or 2 years, I want to see the Nigerian Premier League from the 20 teams that we have. I want to see a local teams, not controlled by the government, to take about 60 or 70%. So that will encourage other people coming in there. So, and that's what we've been seeing in the handball. Most of the handball teams, they are owned locally, not by the government. Not by the government. So I think we need to transit this also
to football.
Into the football, because that is where we really need to get the attention that is really needed. A very good one for them.
A good one there. We've been talking concerning handball there. National Division 1 League taking place at Samuel Ogbemedia Stadium in Benin City, where teams have been jostling for honors there. Let the best team win. The action continues today. We continue to bring you more concerning this particular event happening in Benin City there. Now from there, let's talk about table tennis. As we have Nigerians that will be traveling to Paris to represent us. To let you know, number 1 in Africa, Haruna Quadri will be there. Now, himself and Omar Assar of Egypt, among top seeds for Paris 2024 Olympic Games. They will be coming up in France. Well, very soon it's starting. Today is 17 and it's getting closer and closer. But now we look at the list of those Africans that are representing Africans, although representing their country, but we have to come together as a continent. Well, from the men, table tennis African men's players at the Olympics, Nigeria have Haruna Quadri, we have Omar Assar of Egypt. Haruna Quadri is the highest rated African player when it comes to table tennis. Mohamed Al Belial of Egypt, Yusuf Abdulaziz of Egypt, Olajide Omotayo of Nigeria, Mehdi Beloussa of Algeria, Ibrahim Ador of Senegal, and Fabio Rakutuariamanana of Madagascar, while Sahid Idowu of Congo Brazzaville also making that call. Look at this list.
Before I comment, Sahid Idowu.
Yes, he has been with Congo Brazzaville for a while.
He has been with Congo Brazzaville for a while, but the name sounds more like in Nigeria.
Nigeria, of course. After all, we have Bukayo Saka playing for England.
Definitely. Okay, so I think this is a very good one, but I think we need to, as African this time around, we have to do far better than what we've been doing before. The best we've ever gotten to in this table tennis competition has been quarterfinal, and Haruna Quadri was the first African to get to the quarterfinal in 2016, and followed by
Omar
Assar, who has been his tight competitor. He did it at the last Olympic, that's Tokyo 2020. So this time around, we have to take a step ahead to try and get to the semi-final or final if possible, and take it or leave it. It's either between Haruna Quadri or Omar Assar that will get there. But that doesn't mean other people cannot spring surprises. But this has to do with experience table tennis. And if you look at Haruna Quadri, the way he plays his table tennis, like they have in football also, they have a specific style that you play in table tennis. Haruna Quadri is known of attacking. From what you serve is going to attack you, pace, space. It doesn't give you the opportunity to really rest at all. So he's playing attacking style of table tennis like we have in football also. So I think it's an opportunity for him to make history again. This is not the first time he's making history. And Haruna Quadri happens to be the first African to make the top 10 in table tennis ranking. The first African to go to the quarterfinal in 2016. And this is going to be his 4th Olympic. It was there in 2012, 2016, and 2022. He's 36 years old currently right now. I don't think in the next 4 years he will be at the Olympic again, because by that time he will be 40 years old. So this is an opportunity for him to try as much as possible to take it to the semi-final, which I believe he has gotten all the experience, exposure, confidence needed to be there. It will be very interesting one to watch.
An interesting one to watch there, talking about African players that will be going to the Olympics. There you have them, the men. And now let's look at the women that also represented their countries and also continent of Africa at the competition. Well, we have Dina Meshref of Egypt, Hannah Goda, Egypt, Nigeria, Ophium Edem, Fatima Bello also making her debut in this at the Olympics. It's her first time there. Sarah Hamfo of Cameroon, and we have Linda Lograbi of Algeria.
Yeah, if you see that, it's like the Egyptian, they are dominating the table tennis.
Of course.
Because they have the infrastructure, they have the facility, and they'll spend a lot of money on it. But nevertheless, we are giving them the what we call them, bumper to bumper. We are giving it to them. We are not giving them rest. In Africa, it's either Egypt or Nigeria. Then also, you should take it to the world stage also. Then our representative, we only have one debutant, that's Fatima Bello, going for the first time. She shouldn't be jittery. She should have the confidence. Maybe your first time and your best time also. Nobody says being the first time you not make it to the final, quarterfinal, semi-final. And this is also a competition that the females in Africa, they really need to do more than what they are doing currently, because their counterparts in Europe and the rest of the world, they are far, far ahead. Our ranking currently right now, when it comes to the female, is not as encouraging as we have for the male counterpart. But nevertheless, it is a competition and anything can happen. What they just need is to have the confidence, look at the opponent they are playing with, look at their weaknesses, see how they can exploit those weaknesses and take advantage of it.
And to let you know, the Nigerian table tennis player Funke Oshonaike and also Segun Turela were honored by IOC recently for the fact that they were able to attend about 6 Olympics. And that's a big one there among the likes of tinubu of Germany there. Well, hopefully that our Nigerian team will do well as they actually move to France. I want to call you like from Edem and also Fatima Bello, debutant in table tennis women. We wish them the best there. We continue to bring you more concerning the activities of Team Nigeria in France. Now, talking about the competition Nigeria participating, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup will be coming up in Colombia. Right now, Nigerian Football Federation President, the person of Ibrahim Gusso, is already advising the players, telling them be disciplined and focus. Gusso to far comment as team intensifies preparations for FIFA Under-20 Women World Cup that will be coming up in Colombia. At least this is a good one, coming from the leadership of Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Gusso, telling the young ladies that they should be disciplined and focus and make sure they work harder and smarter. And
that's what they really need to be their best and their best record of winning silver at the Olympic. At the Women World Cup. And on 2 occasions we won silver. And then I think after we've gotten silver, what next are we expecting? Than to win the gold medal, which I strongly believe we have what it takes to do. Take into consideration what the NFF chairman said, they have to be disciplined, dedicated, and in fact, during the competition from beginning to the end, they should put aside anything that will cause distraction. Social media, whatever, you are there for only 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and you may end up writing your name in history of this country, that you are the first set of people that did what? That won the medal for Nigeria at this category under 25 countries. So I think they have what it needs to do, and so far so good. The NFF chairman, he has really, we've seen the difference between him and the past administration. I'm not here to talk for anybody, but we've seen the way he has
the impact is quite
the impact is quite enormous. Take it or leave it. The communication especially is what I really appreciate a lot. Whatever is going on will get communicated, will be informed.
Recently it was in Osun State to launch some football
development. Yes. So I think that is what we really need. So let's see how it goes, but I have confidence. Worst case scenario, at least we'll get to the semi-final. Nevertheless, that if you look at our group,
it's a very tough
group. Because we are playing with the champions of the champions in our group. But we are the champion in our own continent, and also we've been the champion of the world. Also, coming second on 2 occasions doesn't mean you are not the best. We are among the best. So definitely, I see us coming out of our group and getting at least to the semi-final.
Hopefully, the Falconers will do well in this competition. We wish them the best there as they actually apply their trade at the Under-20 Women World Cup that will be coming up in Colombia. They've been advised by Nigeria Football Federation President Ibrahim Gusso that they should be disciplined, focused, and work harder there. We wish them the best as they are right now. They are still in camp before they jet out for the competition. Now, still talking about Nigeria women football, this time around, we focus on Super Falcons. Well, Guzo pledges support for women football development, although this time around is about the coaching now. A lot of Nigerian ex-international have been given the opportunity to be able to participate at the CAF C license coaching course taking place in Abuja, and now, according to NFL president, is pledging his support for women football development in Nigeria. That's why they are bringing in so many of the ex-international to participate in the CAF C license coaching course, so that at least some of them will go into coaching, some into referees, or whatever they want to go into.
Just like we said before, this storyline, Gusso has been doing very well in terms of football development in Nigeria since he came as the NFF chairman, and this is a very good thing also because we need more of them in this country. Take it or leave it. We need more of them, but we shouldn't stop at that. We should look at those that are existing currently. What is their remuneration? What is their welfare packages? What do we have in stock for them? Because if we are bringing other people to come and join those that you have on the system, you have to make sure that not only about giving them the training, the skills needed, what about the sustainability? So that we will not be training them for other African countries. Because if care is not taken right now, we give them the training, they acquire the skills. If you can't afford to pay them, probably want to pay them 200,000, 100,000. I'm just saying that hypothetically. And we have other African country, like we have the case of our coaches in Nigeria, the main counterparts. As small as Rwanda is, they are paying their coaches about $5,000 per month. Whereas in the country here in Nigeria, we are paying them 400,000 naira. If you convert that to dollar, I don't want to say it. So Benin Republic, we have a lot of our coaches also going down there. Even our local footballers going down there. So we cannot develop as a nation if you continue to export the limited resources that we have. So what we need to put in place, apart from doing this, is to look at the current status of those that are practicing the profession. What do we have in stock for them? Let's try as much as possible to improve on it so that all what we are doing will not be training.
Imagine that particular graphics there. Look at the women that participate in that coaching course. By the time they finish that coaching course,
probably we have about only 4 or 5 people staying in the country.
How many clubs?
Just go outside.
You can count at least about 25 or thereabout here, if not more than. And then by the time they finish this coaching, CAF coaching license course now, how many clubs? Do we have so many clubs in Nigeria anyway? Can they afford to pay them well?
It's about retention, and that is very important for the survival of anything you are doing in the country or for any organization. That retention is very, very important. Okay, you've trained them, they've acquired the skills, but you cannot retain them, you cannot pay them. But other people that have not trained them, you just take their services. You just poach them, take their services, and you are losing. So that's why they have to look into their retention, which is very, very important. What he's doing is very commendable. Take it or leave it. It's very, very commendable. And I know they are still working with a very lean budget. Because the budget allocated to the NFL from the Sport Ministry and Development is not as more as what he wanted to really do. So they have to start looking at how to generate their fund internally. The IGR we are talking about is not only for the state government. Even for the NFF also, they have to look at how to generate income internally through sponsorship, through partnership, through having a policy that allow private investors to come in and invest in the football with the hope of getting something in return. So I think that should be the next step for the Gusau administration to really look into.
Well, we'll be talking concerning the Nigerian Football Federation, trying to see how they can develop football in Nigeria. But this time around, on women's side of it, women football development, and that's why they organized that CAF license coaching course, where ex-international and all the women that are into football actually been participating in that coaching course there. Good one. At least we have some set of coaches coming up. And recently, FIFA instructor was in Nigeria to also train about 40 young Nigerians who are into referee. They call them the arbiters. And now, hopefully, very soon, begin to see Nigerian referees getting to officiate all those matches that we've been missing. Is it CAF, AFCON? Is it FIFA World Cup? Under 20, under 17, and also even the senior level there. For those trained, at least very soon, we'll be seeing the result of that coming from Nigerian Football Federation. Still talking about women, and this time around, our lady Super Falcons, they call them the Paris Olympic squad. They will be representing Nigeria at the Olympics, and as we speak right now, they are in a very in a camp, a very close place to Seville, although we have been using Sevilla there, was a particular location very close to Sevilla, where they've been training in and out, week in, week out, but now they'll be playing a friendly against Canada. In the friendly match that will be coming up, we met at the World Cup, we saw what happened, it was a draw, but now we're going to play friendly before they jet out to Germany, then to France.
It's preparation towards the Olympic Games, and I think it is actually needed. I would have loved if you have other country to play with again. I mean, apart from
Canada, right?
Canada, but we have to look at everything is all about cost management, and so I think this should give an opportunity to the coach in having his first 11 ready and preparing the mind of the players. Also, most of them are experienced, and most of them they know what is at stake, and this is going to be an opportunity also for us. Let's see, probably can get a medal from the female team at the Olympic. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to be a very tough one also for them, because if you look at the group that they are into also, it's more like the group of death that we normally call
Japan, Brazil,
and Spain also. So it's going to be very, very difficult. But the question is, do we have what it takes? Yes, we do have what it takes, because we have the best African female footballer of the year. We have it in our country. We have it among the team. So we have all of them that are doing very well in their respective clubs, and do country they are playing with also, there are colleagues outside there. So what we just need is just a determination, dedication. Then we need that teamwork more than any other thing, because without the teamwork, no matter how good you are individually, it will be very, very, very difficult for you to really, really, really move ahead with it. So that teamwork is what we really need. And for a very long time, we've never had any break or crack in the team of the Falcons. They've been working. I mean, they've been doing everything at at a team. So as far as I'm concerned, I think we'll have an interesting match ahead of us. And don't forget, the women in general in sports in this country, they've been giving us what the men have refused to give us for a very long time. So I'm sure they're giving us something to be happy about again.
Well, been talking concerning women football in Nigeria, and it's actually getting better. Hopefully, in all faces, they will do us proud at the Olympics. As we speak right now, to let you know that the man that Real Madrid have been running after for a long time before they finally sign him, is all right now being unveiled over there at the Santiago Bernabeu. Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe is being unveiled right now as we speak over there in Santiago Bernabeu. Well, congrats to Real Madrid. They finally got their man.
Yeah, it's not a news. It's something that is obvious that he wants to go to Real Madrid because he needs Real Madrid more than Real Madrid need him. That's nothing but the truth. A lot of people can argue this against me, but I think Mbappe needs Real Madrid. He needs Real Madrid than they need him. Before Mbappe got to Real Madrid, unlike Cristiano Ronaldo, when Ronaldo went to Real Madrid needs Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Champions League, which they have not won for a long time. And when he got in there, we saw what he did. But this time around, last 4 years, Real Madrid have won Champions League twice. Mbappe has never won it. So it's an opportunity for him to come and prove himself and win the Champions League. Also for him to be a major contender for Ballon d'Or, he has to be in Real Madrid, where they are the champion of the champion. So take it or leave it. So I think it's a very good one for him, but I just hope he will be disciplined enough to fit into the culture of Real Madrid. Because Real Madrid is a club that they have a culture. No matter how big you think you are, go and read their history. Once you didn't fit into their culture, you don't fit into their training plan. Look at Hazard, for example. When he was in Chelsea, Mourinho would tell the players, he's very lazy when it comes to training. Please, let's accommodate him. Let's allow him. But when he got to Real Madrid, nothing like that. You have to do what other people are doing. And that's the end of a fantastic career that he had, because he's one of the most skillful players I've ever seen, apart from Messi also. So he plays football with ease. So I think Mbappe, a good one for him, a good one for Real Madrid, but he has to humble himself because he's going to a club that have won everything.
And this is not PSG.
No,
where they worship him.
No. Nobody worship him this time around. Nobody will be looking for you to pass the ball to you. That's the truth. So I think it's going to be an interesting one too. So I say congratulations to him officially, though unofficially, we know that is next.
And the fact that from the way it is, he has a lot to actually contend with. It's not just rolling in the park. It's not going to be a stroll in the park for him. A lot of talented players there. Kylian Mbappe unveiling there at the Santiago Bernabeu. All the fans of Mbappe and fans of Real Madrid, the Los Blancos, are right now happy. Finally, he's going to be wearing jersey number 9, and he will be with them next season. Well, let's see what he'll be doing. All the remaining goals in his boots will be there for the white jersey, Real Madrid. Wishing him there, Hala Madrid, as they say, for those Madrid fans. I don't know why you're looking
I hope you're not crossing from Arsenal to Real Madrid. Because the way you are calling Hala Madrid again, I have to ask you this question.
I just have to celebrate them.
Okay, are you going to Real Madrid or you are still staying with Arsenal?
Maybe next season, I should surprise you.
No, don't surprise me. Surprise them.
I'm supporting Bolton Wanderers.
No, I understand. You have to support Bolton Wanderers because no expectation, no IBP, nothing like that. They are winning it.
I can sleep well.
I think other Arsenal fans can be like you also and just lower their expectation and do the same thing.
Next season, I'll be supporting Bolton Wanderers there with all our respect to that club anyway. Just to throw some banters in the studio. For Mbappe, congrats to him. And so Real Madrid. And now, still continuing on our show quickly before we dash to give you that particular breaking news. CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup, to let you know that recently CAF rolled out the stadium that were approved for their competition, and Nigeria got one. That is Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. But now they have given deadline to all the clubs that doesn't have the country where they are from. That's, for example, now El Kanemi, Remo Stars. Get us your match venue before July 24th, thereabout.
This is another problem that we are facing in this country because all the international matches will go to where?
Uyo.
For how long will you continue this?
And that's the one the CAF approved.
Yes, that's the one the CAF approved because that's the one that we have already in the country. But the question is that the only stadium that we can have in this country?
No, not at all.
That's the question. Is it that we don't have the money to have standard
pitches or stadium
in all the 6 geopolitical zones? That should be a federal government project. Didn't we have money to do that? We have money to do that. If you have used the money for that, the likes of Snake and co that is going to some government houses to go and the money will disappear, or monkeys that took the money. That will not happen.
Oh my goodness.
That will not happen. They will bring development, will bring employment, will take a lot of people away from the streets because you need to be maintaining. So by the time you started using the Akpabio Stadium, you use it anytime Super Eagles is playing, Remo Star wants to play, River United wants to play, Academy wants to play, Remo Star wants to play, wear and tear will come in and it will be dilapidated. So that's not what we are talking about. What you're talking about is let's decentralize it. Abuja Stadium here, what's happening?
I'm sure, since they said they should come up with their match venue, let's see where they will pick, and hopefully Abuja will be there.
Abuja should be there, and National Stadium, I don't really know why. That's our heritage. We have Liberty Stadium in Ibadan, the first stadium in Nigeria, in Africa. It's still lying there at Okiado in Ibadan. What have you done? This is why we don't have the money to do this.
You want in Bauchi, Kaduna, Jos, Kano.
We have everywhere. Like I said, we should have one national stadium in each of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country here.
At least that's 6 solid stadiums that we can use to host.
So we don't have this
events.
issue of meeting the deadline. We'll not be running helter and skelter. So I think it is high time that the federal government, through the Minister of Sport and Development, look into this, partner with people that they need to partner with, and do the right thing for us. Because this is very embarrassing that a country as big as ours, Nigeria, the pride of Africa,
we got one approved.
We got only one approved. It's
so disheartening there. And when it comes to administration, we just need to get it right. We have so many stadiums in Nigeria. Maybe I should just say stadia. But right now, only one actually met the CAF. If you look at the standard they want, and only Uyo could meet that. But from the way it is, we just have to see how we can develop the remaining stadia that we have here across Nigeria. Just like Olawale Peter said, at least let each region be able to get one international that's world standard stadium, whereby we can host successfully event in those 6 stadia that we're going to have. Well, hopefully things will get better in Nigeria. Sports supposed to be one of the most vital organ of each government coming in, because it can really help to solve so many problems of youth unrest. Well, from there, let's talk about Kwara United. Kwara United, part of the team that will be playing, or club rather, that will be playing the MPFL next season. But right now, we heard that they released 22 players and they are bringing in top MPFL stars. Although we heard that 23 is coming, 22 is going. Sometimes it was Abia Warriors, and Abia Warriors came out with the reason why they did that. Now, Kwara Nigeria also, they released 22 players.
Okay, one of the reasons why the Kwara United they are doing this is they want to maintain the standard that they are used to be among the top 4 of an MPF team. If you look at the last 2-3 seasons, they even represented the content. In the country in the intercontinental competition, but look at how they struggled last season. So it's like they want to go through that phase of, okay, let's rejuvenate our teams, let's bring in new players. But the question is, do they have the money enough to really recruit these 23 players, to poach them from wherever they want to poach them from? Because the truth is, you are not going for youth and grassroots footballers. You are going to poach those that are really made it, those that they have the names already, those that they have the experience already. And you know the word of football it is. Before you can come to my club and tell me that you want to take me, you have to pay me higher than what they are paying me currently right now. I don't know if you get the point. So that is the question that we should be asking them, so that in the next 1 or 2 months will not be any story that touches the heart that they've not paid their salary for 1 month, for 2 months, or for 3 months. But the support they are getting from the state government, I think it's enough. But nevertheless, letting off 22 players at the same time, like we are letting off all the old squad, and you want to rebuild again, it will be very difficult. Very difficult. And let me take this away from the football. The cost of getting a new hire or recruiting a new player, it is always very high. but the cost of exposing, training, and retaining those that you can retain as your current player is very low, and that is simple cost management. You can't tell me all the 22 players, they don't have anything to offer. You should have taken about 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, but nevertheless, we are not really inside. We're just talking from what we are seeing and hearing from outside. Let's see how it goes out. Let's see how it pans out at the end of the day. But letting off 22 players and bringing in about 23 players, they've set a record in the country. They are able to do that and succeed.
Let's see what's going to be happening there. Even though the general manager of that team, Bala Badai, was one that actually specified that. Kwara United, MPFL next season, a lot of achievement that they want to go after. And all the other teams are also battle ready in the MPFL. We've been giving you sporting stories here on the show 360 Sport. Our time is almost up, but we have to run through some transfer gossip here and there. It's the season. Players are moving, coaches are being sacked or get employed. Now, you talk about Alvaro Morata. A player that has seen it all. He has actually moved around, but now news have it that he's set to join AC Milan on a 4-year deal from Atletico Madrid.
It's actually a personal request from Ibrahimovic, who is one of the directors, that he really wants him, and he wants him to come in. So it's the experience this time around that they're looking out for. And if you look at his performance at the just concluded Euro, you won't say it's their main man, but the experience and the way he organized the team and being a selfless leader, it means a lot for him. So I think it's not going to be a bad deal for him to join the AC Milan. A
good one for the Rossoneri's, as they call AC Milan Italian. At least let's begin to learn some Italian there. Rossoneri Nerazzurri's, Inter Milan.
Hope you're not looking at joining Inter Milan again, because people like you can't stay in one place.
Seriously?
You don't have that commitment. And before it was Arsenal, because you thought they would win it. Later you jumped to Real Madrid because Mbappe joined them. Now Morata is going to AC Milan. You are talking about learning Italian again.
At least in each league, you need to have a club. So right now...
You need to have a club in each league. Oh.
In this league now, I'm supporting Rossoneri's or the Nerazzurri's. But I don't want to go for the old ladies, the Juventus.
People like you are clubless.
Are you serious?
Clubless.
Already, you know that I don't have a club, but just to make the show spicy, we just have to support one.
You left your club last season
because
of the outbreak.
Which club?
The viewers are
the thing that's about
the viewers are looking at you and laughing at you. That, why are you denying us?
No. The fact is, I did that to make Arsenal fans happy. With all due respect,
so you now came out to say that you're an Arsenal supporter.
With all due respect to Arsenal fans, I need to make them happy, at least, because you are always battering Arsenal. Somebody has to stand up for them, and they can't be here. So I'm here to support Arsenal.
I'm not battering them.
But right now,
I'm stating the obvious.
Okay, but right now, next season, I will shock you. I'm going to support Chelsea.
No, they don't want you.
Anyway, oh my goodness, Chelsea fans out there, a good one for you. Wish them the best there. But before we go, let's take 2 more stories before we wrap it up. A man that has been with Newcastle United, his name is Eddie Howe. Right now, he's been mentioned, maybe, among the leading candidates for England manager. The man that has not been sacked already. Hyping. I saw that list of Steven Gerrard, Jurgen Klopp, what's his name now? The magician, that's Potter, also part of the list of at least probables that could make it if Southgate leaves that job.
Okay, let's start from Jurgen Klopp. And in the next few days, if the rumor or the reports I read about, I think yesterday, is true, he's going to a club in USA.
Okay.
So going to England, I don't think he wants to have anything to do
with a country as a country manager now.
As a country manager now, that's number one. Then number two, Eddie Howe, for what he has done in Newcastle from where he came from, Bournemouth, I think he has done very well. He should not make
that move.
Not a move, a mistake.
He should stay with Newcastle.
He just stay with Newcastle, where he can play in and play out. And he's still young, it's not that old for him to say probably he has not really achieved anything as a football manager. So why does he want to leave? What he's doing, he's doing very well to go to then Graham Potter,
the magician.
Maybe their prayer will be answered.
The magic one.
Their wait since 1966 will continue. They make that mistake of giving Graham Potter. To me, apart from the most successful coach in England, that's Ramsey, that won the 1996 World Cup for them. 1966 World Cup for them, Ramsey. The next most successful coach in the history of England It's Southgate.
Gary Southgate, right?
It's Southgate. He took them to back-to-back final and Euro. They won third at the UEFA Nations League. World Cup, it took them in 2018, even when the hope of them qualifying, when Sam Allardyce resigned, he qualified them in 2018. 2022, we saw what happens to them. So it's all about, they should be patient. And most of the problem they're having in England is all these their pundits. Those that failed as a player.
The one that Mourinho said.
They failed as a player, they failed as a coach. And how can you be successful as a pundit? Because they are always biased. The way they were hyped when they are doing very well, it's not. So they have to really look into that. To me, they should allow Gary Southgate to continue in the next 2 years right now. He has learned his mistake. What happened at this Euro? Not that they don't have a good team. They have fantastic players. Seriously, but that mentality of, okay, let me continue, stick to my lineup is what the issue is. So I think, to me, they shouldn't make mistake of Graham Potter. The damages it caused to Chelsea, up to now they are yet to recover from it.
the man with the magic wand there. Anyway, we take our last straw on the show. That has to do with Manchester United player. That's McTominay being pursued by Galatasaray. They are in talk to sign Manchester United midfielder Scott.
Yeah, and it was Jose Mourinho that really brought him to limelight, and from their academy. And from what I know about Manchester United, letting their youth player go like that,
it's not common.
It's very, very, very difficult. Then also, this is the time that they are trying to consolidate their defensive midfielders. So it's a window shopping. Everybody will go and window shop and come out. I don't see McTominay leaving Manchester United for now.
Well, even though anything can happen in the world of football, they are not like Arsenal. Arsenal will come, price, and they will go back again. Anyway, we've been able to do justice some of the story we have for you on the show. 360 Sport, Olalita has been here. At least next season, I'm joining your club.
Thank you so much, Adeni, for having me and talking sport on 360 Sport on Trust TV. But, Chelsea fan, on behalf of all the Chelsea fans watching us, we don't want you. Stay with your Arsenal, stay with them. They don't really want you, because Chelsea next season, they are coming out and they are coming very hot.
What a way to give me 1-0 there. Well, we just have to wrap up the show there. I'm Adeniyi Ajisafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.